Hey, everyone. Let's get the party rolling. I'm going to grab the screen here. Jeff will be joining in about 10, 15 minutes. Hello, Janet. I want to first give I don't know if I had a Instagram follower, uh, a beautiful Hungarian lady. I was going to go out to a rooftop bar Saturday, but I ended up going to a comedy show. So if you're listening, sorry I couldn't make it. But if you're still in town, I will be out tonight. Maybe. So, how's everyone over the weekend? Did y'all see the Sam Friedman Almeida girl, the best CEO ever? I'm going to pull her up right now, and then we'll talk about some stocks out there. I'm trying to think, what's her name? What's her name again? I already forgot her name. She looks like a second grader. Futures are down here. Just a little profit taken after a big run up. Did everyone have a good week trading? I know I sold everything too early. Those IP calls are only 420 right now. Only 420. God, what a move, huh? In that stock. What's your take on the Sam Friedman? It is, I will say this, it's the biggest fraud in history, but I think all of crypto. I've never been one of these pumpers of crypto. I get all the emails out there with all these crypto pumpers, all the bullshit. Buy this coin, it's going to 20x, blah, blah, blah. Listen, all that is BS out there. Thankfully, I never got involved in it. So I will say that. But I don't think he's gonna go to jail or anything. Last I heard, he was going to the Bahamas and doing this and doing that. I don't think anyone's going to jail. So he's in the Bahamas. I will say I do like how Musk is calling him out. He was the biggest donor of the Democratic Party. The second biggest donor behind Soros was Sam Friedman. And look at this. Look at this right here. I'm going to show you guys a picture right here. Biggest donor of the Democratic Party, George Soros, and then Sam Friedman, $39 million. He was supposed to give what, like over $2 billion all to Biden. So Musk even said, no jail time, nothing, no investigation. He was the second biggest donor after Soros. And then you got my boy Bill Clinton here with it got removed. Bill Clinton with Sam Friedman, Elizabeth Thanos. Nothing to see there. But I think all of it is the biggest fraud that will not get any coverage, because you got to figure all the CNBC, what were they doing all year? Tom Lee, the Nigerian bros, they got caught with the voyage fraud. Anthony Scaramucci, the smooch, got caught with all the fraud. He was a big crypto, open up crypto hedge funds out there. I mean, it's it's going to go down, and it's going to crush other companies, other hedge funds out there. Sequoia said they didn't do any. The guy was playing Pokemon, World of Warcraft while taking meetings and stuff. I mean, it's just insane out there to see the amount of fraud. This is a good picture. Sam Friedman, Firefly Bros. Both scam artists. But nothing's going to happen. So, here's the company. Here's the company right here. This was the CEO of the Almada hedge fund. This girl right here. She was the CEO. Right here. CEO. I don't know who this guy is or this guy, but look, they look like the comedians. This guy's actually real funny. I watched him on Netflix. He lost a lot of weight. He's funny too. But that's who raised $32 billion valuation. What a team, huh? And fooled the most smart investors in the world, including Tom Brady. Apparently, Tom Brady lost 25 million to sell 40 million off of it. So you might be saying, Lance, why aren't all these crypto stocks crashing? Why is Coinbase going up? Well, market caught a bid last week. All the crap goes up, right? Everything goes up when the market catches a bid. So all the like MS micro strategy, Silvergate Capital, you know, obviously they're down a lot, but they were all up Friday. So I don't think you want to short any of the crypto names or crypto related. I can only tell you what I'm doing. I'm just avoiding it all. You know, at least they spent their money wisely buying real estate in the Bahamas. They only bought 75 million worth of real estate. Oh, 300 million. You know, I was going to put a put on Coinbase. You can't really buy a put. I mean, you can, obviously you can, but like, here's the problem with buying puts on, like, let's say Coinbase. So let's say the stock does go to, let's say the market crashes. I've been pretty bullish on the market. Hence why I made so much money last week. Sorry, but I did. But I've been pretty bullish on the market. So all the shit stocks, all the junk stocks, so your Robinhood, Space, you know, all the high growth names that got beat down, right? They're all rallying. But like, let's say you want to go buy a put on Coinbase, right? So let's say you want to go out in time. I don't know. Let's say you want to go out to December. This is like an eternity away. Let's say you think Coinbase goes from, let's just say 57.5 to $30. So let's say it gets cut in half. Let's say the stock gets cut in half. How are you going to make money on a put? You know, you could buy, let's say the 50 puts for $5. They go to $30. All right. They go up 20x in value, or they go up 4x in value. So they go to $20. But like, let's say you want to buy an out the money put. The 35 puts are $1.50. The 30 puts are 90 cents. The puts are so expensive. Even if you go to November, they're implying Coinbase to move nearly $10 this week. I mean, a $10 implied move. If you add that, the money calls and puts, the straddle, so you're looking at almost $4. We'll say $5, $9. It's very difficult to make money because implied volatility on all these stocks is so high. I'll show you guys what it looks like too. So if, you know, I think if you do want to trade them, maybe sell premium, like a bull put credit spread, a bear call spread, stuff like that. I personally wouldn't get directional though, just because you're going to get chopped up. Look at implied volatility, how high it went, you know? So the price of options are about nearly half the price they were just in the beginning of the month, right? So remember, as stocks go up, implied volatility goes down. When stocks go down, implied volatility goes up. It's like you have a house on the beach or in the Keys. Your home insurance is going to be a lot higher than if you had a house in the middle of Ohio or something, right? Home builders, no, I'm actually bullish on home builders too. You gotta think. So look at DHI. Look at these huge moves, right? And KBH Homes. You got to think. Everyone wants to go buy puts right now. Listen, you guys go on these shows and hear these people. I'm bearish on home builders. I'm bearish on the economy. They should have been bearish 2-3 months ago. Now you have all these bulls. Everyone who was telling you, buy the market on the way down. There's no bear market. Buy the market, buy the market, buy the market. All beginning of the year, buy the market. Now they're bearish when the market has just squeezed the heck out of the bears. This move here, the past 3 days, has been a huge short squeeze. So I don't think you want to buy puts. I don't think you want to buy calls. I think you want to wait for the market to do this sideways. That's what I think. I think if you missed the move last week, just don't even participate. Wait. You just had a monster rip your face off rally. I'm trying to think how much puts are in stocks here. I'm trying to think how much puts are. What are like puts in Amazon now? See how volatility is going lower? I think if you buy puts, you're very counter trend. I don't want to. Maybe for earning certain stocks, but I mean, even the crap stocks like Rivian, look at all these moves they've had, you know, Afram, all these stocks, Upstart that had huge earnings loss. They all had a huge rally. China, I have officially I can't say that. I can't say hate China because I'm sure they're listening. FXI caught a bid. You know, I've lost too much money in China, but they are triggering some longs. You got to figure what has been beat down so much. China, right? So what should rally the most? China. You know, Apple, very bullish. It had about a liquidation break post earnings. So very bullish. AMD's up around 3% pre-market. If anyone's looking, AMD, we had a nice long Friday. I had NVIDIA calls and I was down like 50% in them. And then I'll show you AMD here. I was down about 50% in my AMD calls or my NVIDIA calls. And then last week, they like quadrupled in value. So AMD up about $3 here. So I had NVIDIA calls here, sold half of them. The next day, they're down about 50%. I had the 144s. Then they go up to the moon. It was incredible. So never sell. Name of the game. No stop losses. Stop losses are for losers. If you can control your risk and obviously have proper risk management. Asher is buy signal too. All the China has been bullish. All the China has had bullish breakouts because they've been beat down so much. You know, even Becky, remember Becky? Becky had a big breakout. Kupang, Baba formed a long signal. But again, you know, the market, NASDAQ down 0.5% here. See how the Monday is. Don't get too greedy trying to buy stuff today. Maybe wait till the afternoon, wait till tomorrow. You know, don't run hand over fist trying to buy stuff at the open. In my opinion, you know, if you missed out, take a step back and let the market digest the move. Oh, look, here she is. Look, that's the CEO of Almeida. Wonderful, huh? And her private jet. She's trying to go to Dubai. They're all trying to go to Dubai. These oh, there's Bill Clinton with Sam Friedman. They're all trying to go to Dubai to escape. I guess Dubai lets them escape the country. God, look at all these guys. But this is the biggest fraud in history, and you'll get no media coverage on it. Look, he's doing philanthropy work. You just won't because he donates so much money. Jeff, you there?
I am. I can't start the video for some reason, but
let me try stop sharing. All right. So I was talking about how you can't buy puts on the cryptos. How everyone, and we go on these shows, all these perma bulls are now bearish. So obviously the market's ripping off their face. China's, what do you think about China, Jeff? I already went over the girl, the little teenage girl who's the CEO. Well, she's not a teenager, but she looks 12 years old, trying to flee to Dubai.
They're all going to go to jail. They should go to jail anyways. I mean, the guy was a massive, listen, the guy was Joe Biden's number
top
two
donor, second donor.
Top donor behind Michael Bloomberg. So if he doesn't get prison, this shit stinks to high hell, in my opinion. He took money that people had thought that they had their own coins segregated in accounts and bought his own coin that he invented out of thin air, okay, to pump up the price. Any other circumstance, this would be like Madoff, beyond Madoff, you know, but we'll see. What's up, y'all? Sorry I'm late.
It's going to happen to him. I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to go create some new crypto thing and continue being a snake oil fraudster. I don't think
so, dude. I think this thing is just starting. I think it's massive. And I think, I don't know. I think they're just starting to find the bodies. So we'll see.
What do you think's going to happen to the Kevin O'Leary's, the Matt Damon?
He hurt a lot of powerful people financially. There's a lot of big important funds that blew up.
Do you think any of these? So what happened? So all these celebrities were basically pumping this fraud to normal people, and now the normal people who, let's say you put 20 grand in a FTX or a crypto platform, now all your money's gone. Shouldn't you be mad at the celebrities who told you it's safe and trustworthy?
Now I think that the celebrities are going to be okay, but listen, he blew up a lot of people that have big money is the problem. He had massive funds like Sequoia. See, if it was just mom and pop, if it was just us blowing up, normal people
in the
United States, nobody would give a shit. He would be fine. Like this MF Global, somebody was talking about Corzine. That was all like farmers hedging their soybeans and stuff. Nobody cared. But the fact that there's like big people, important people, powerful people that have lost a lot of money in this, they're going to go after him. In my opinion, they're not going to go after the celebrities that push the people in there. But you know, that's a different subject. I'm not a lawyer, man. Let's talk markets. What's going on? How was your weekend? Sorry I came in so late.
Well, I was telling you I made a lot of money last week, so I'm not going to do I don't want to buy anything today. I don't, NASDAQ down 0.5%. But I don't really want to buy anything today. I want to I sold a lot Friday and I wanted to sell more. It's just stock started ripping towards the close. So I was like, let me hold on to some. But I really don't.
So let's rewind the tape. Rewind the tape. Let's toot our horns here. We were here last Monday. Those of you guys that are loyal and supportive and are on these shows every Monday morning, you heard us say CPI is going to be the Super Bowl. I was debating some dude on another channel, another show that we have, a roundtable maybe, on the importance of CPI. It came in weak. And we had the biggest up day in 2 years. So and Lance has been pounding the table saying, I'm looking to buy stuff. We're leaning bullish. Both said that. So if you pay attention, there's money to be made. So let's go through some of the stuff that we might look at this week as being catalysts, right?
Let's, what do you think of the chips here? So the chips, China strong, chip strong, AMD, NVIDIA, very strong. AMD's up about 3% pre-market. NVIDIA's flirting with 180 again, it looks like.
Listen, these stocks are super oversold, right? So let's contextualize it. Let's look at AMD again.
So the stock's about 75 pre. Nice bid in it.
So this stock, I think this stock has legs to run back up to 85.90. I think the downside is obviously the low. It's kind of like a 50-50 ball still at this point, since a lot of the juice has been eaten. I don't think it's a $100 stock again anytime soon. I think there's heavy sellers living in the 85, 90 range here. I think there's a massive amount of sellers there.
I would be,
Yeah.
Like I had NVIDIA calls. I sold them last week. I still have NVIDIA in my 401k, but like, I don't want to buy up here. The stock was just $60. It's up 20% off the lows. 20% in 3 days or so.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a 50-50 ball at this point. You're risking $15 downside to make $15 upside in my estimation. You got high 80s, maybe 90. We're looking for trades that are skewed, just like my parlays, where you can risk $1 to make $4 or $5 or $6, but the odds aren't that bad. And so we have PPI tomorrow. Dinosaur Skip has showed us that. Dinosaur, you call Dinosaur Skip because you're from the
Intel.
dinosaur era or what?
No, he's a young buck. I hear he's 21 out at the club drinking every night.
Right.
Someone says I'm up 100% on AMD. I think I may sell. You could always sell half. Ain't no problem selling half. Intel's another one, a beast.
We've got earnings this week. We've got some earnings plays in retail. We got Walmart. We got Target. We still have Applied Materials has earnings this week.
Hold on. You're right. Wait,
Let's
Nvidia.
talk some retail. That's your thing, bro. Come on, man.
Hold on. You got Nvidia this week? You got Nvidia this week.
We've got some earnings, bro.
You got Nvidia this week with a $13 implied move. Damn. I will say, if Nvidia beats, look at AMD maybe going up to 80 plus. Shoot, that's a good one. You got so we got retail this week. We got Wally, Home Depot. You got Baba for you China junkies out there. You got, I think, Baidu the following week.
Bring up Target. Randy's asking for my Target. I might do a Target. I trade that thing nicely.
Oh yeah, you love
but
Target.
From the short side. I'm a put buyer in Target.
Do you like BJ's?
I mean, broadly speaking, yes, but contextualize it for me.
Can we get that clip? Jeff, do you like BJ's?
I need more information.
Well, it depends on who's the trade
Costco.
on BJ.
I like Costco.
So you got BJ this week too. I will say, and this actually struck me as odd in BJ, and I love it. Yeah. I love BJ's. I go shopping at Costco, but I still love a BJ if I can see one or get one. But BJ's actually had a lot of put buying on Friday. But now don't get me wrong. It was far out in time. It was a long dated BJ. It was not like it was anything close, to the money or at the money. They were going all the way out in March and buying the 65 puts in BJ's. Really? So I thought to myself, two things. I mean, that's some decent paper too, if you think about it. And BJ's is not a big option guy. They bought nearly about 1.3 million worth of puts in it. Now there's two thoughts that come to my mind. The stock's at a 52-week high. Obviously it had a big down day Friday, but could it be a hedge? Right? Because it's so far out the money. Or are they thinking that retailers have pretty bad earnings? Right? I think
that's the kit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I kind of agree. I like Costco too in these names. And, Costco sold off last quarter. But I'm almost in the camp of everyone's so bearish on the economy and retail that if numbers are decent, if you look at Target, look at that big gap Target still has, from the 2 quarters ago. I'm almost thinking if and Walmart almost flirting with the gap fill from the earnings 2 quarters ago. I'm almost thinking these names can really squeeze higher because they've been so hated recently and everyone's hated retail. Basically the economy. They're so bearish that any good
economy stocks have been, there's been a lot of hate, right, in the economy stocks. I don't know. It's the kind of space that I like to play pairs, link trades on, because I think there's winners and losers, within retail, so to speak.
The problem is they just had a huge move the past 3 days. Look at Lowe's, look at Home Depot. Some of these names, obviously, these are housing related too, but they've had some
housing stocks. So Home Depot, I'd be bearish on. I don't think housing is, from just a technical perspective. Look at this stock, right? This stock had look at this heavy candles selling off. Your upside is what? You're already at your resistance, more or less. You've bounced $70, $50, $60 already. See, that's the thing about the markets. You got to be getting your ass kicked from the long side for days and days and days. And then you get the CPI number, and then the Nasdaq's up 7% in 9 trade. The trade's gone almost right away. But then you get continuation the next day. So it's like you have to be patient to let some of these trades work out, or be incredibly short short duration, like the trades we had last week, buying Tesla into CPI. And
Yeah,
I got out of that too early, but still a great trade. So you take the money and run.
We actually had a follow through last week where you have a big up day, and instead of the next day the stock and the market being down, we actually had follow through. I mean, maybe you can,
that's right.
Maybe Veterans Day weekend played a role in it, you can say, and the market continued low volume stuff like that. But in my opinion, that was pretty bullish to see. I actually
the junkies are back.
Follow through.
The junkies are back. I got my buddies, my tech junkie buddies. They're gamblers.
Oh, are they?
They got money. All these dudes my age. They're having midlife crises. Porsche buyers. These kind of people. The junkies are back instantaneously. They're like, "What are we doing this week? Where's the money?" They're like,
AMC's almost ripping. $1.
Wakanda. That was a great movie. People went back to the movie theater to watch it. I did. I took my kids. I don't think the movie theater business is done. There are big spectacle films from time to time you should see in a movie theater. The stock was $15 a month ago already, like when the market's super bearishness, and then another leg down. I like these kind of stocks, like the DraftKings, the AMCs, the super smashed stocks the most.
50%. And
but go back 30 days. Let's go back 60 days. Go back 30 or 60 days when the market was still already crashed out. This stock was still much higher.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This stock has room to run. That's the difference between this and a Home Depot, right? A Home Depot's done its move in terms of a technical resistance standpoint. This stock, believe it or not, has run 50%, but could this stock
double.
$10?
It could go $10.
Could this stock be $10 by the end of the week? I think it could. Wouldn't be unreasonable.
So, I will say one name getting a hit on the chin is Bed Bath & Beyond.
Oh, that's my number one stock. We were going to have a playoffs, right? But I don't like these corny playoffs. So my number one dog shit stock that's going to be a zero is Bed Bath & Beyond. Go to any Bed Bath & Beyond parking lot. And this is like what suburban married folks like myself used to have to do. These places are dead. Nobody goes to these places. Everything is bought online. It's terrible. So if you need something, you just buy it.
There's no chick crack. Like if you go to Target, that's what I call chick crack. You go in there, the housewives love it. Look, there's this painting. Look, there's this clothes. There's this. And they just keep buying stuff and buying stuff. They enjoy it. I don't enjoy going to a Bed Bath & Beyond or something.
Yeah, but you got to know these women, like they sit in their bed, they sit like with the phone now and they're just like, oh, I'd like this. And then they just buy it. When that's the kind of stuff, they don't buy jeans out, online. They go try them on. That's fun for them. It's fun to try jeans on for 3-4 hours in a mall while your husband watches Wakanda Forever with his sons. That's fun. But they don't go for fun to Bed Bath & Beyond, even women. So that's why, it's a done deal. That's a done deal. Those things are done.
And two, like, if you want anything, you could get it in a day with Amazon. You get it shipped to you. You're good. Why would you want to go in a nasty ass store with some coupons just to get, to save what, $5?
So we're bullet. So if I missed the first part, I'm gonna probably go like an extra 10 minutes since I shortchanged everybody and had to watch my son's little musical thing. But I'll probably go to like 9:40, watch some of the open with everybody. Lance, if you got a hot bounce, I know that. I know you're a busy man.
I'm gonna run downstairs and get my oatmeal. Listen, this is the only. I told Jeff this morning.
We're doing a bonus for y'all today. We're gonna trade into the open. We're gonna look at the market into the open.
I only got 4 positions on, and they're all small. I usually have 40 to 50 positions. I feel like I feel naked, and it's so good because I don't have to manage a book. And Friday I didn't do any wiretaps because there was nothing hitting the tape because nothing. But Jeff, let me go. Oh, let me go downstairs really quick. I'm gonna get my oatmeal, and I will be.
Yeah, I'm gonna share the screen. I'm gonna take over.
Oh yeah, let me stop the screen. I'll be right back in about 2 minutes.
All right. Sorry that I was late. Thank you for your patience with me today. I have a family, and so I give them their due attention. My kid had he just started playing the saxophone, so he had this thing. Anyways, we've got markets are opening, but let me look real quick. Let's look at the market, and then we'll go and see what's happening this week. So what's the QQQ doing on the open here? Whatever. Fading a little bit. What's oil doing? Let's see what oil's doing. Where's my brain? on crack here. Oil stocks are up and crude is down. All right. That's interesting. That's interesting. What about, let's look at, anybody, what do you guys want to look at? What stocks, you guys? AMC, somebody was talking about. Wow, up almost 70 cents. Not bad. Qualcomm. Thanks, Sandy. Sandy's saying go to the kids event. I go to all the events. I do. I'm at everything. It's part of the reason I decided to start this business and not working for the man. Qualcomm is down. Okay, not massive, nothing too insane going on over here. I want to look at our schedule because I like to look at our schedule. I like to plan in advance and see what we're going to do this week and have a little bit of a plot. Casinos has been awesome, hasn't it? I don't know what's going on. We'll look at that in a minute. But this week we already showed we have retailers, some other big ones. Twitter doesn't matter. Twitter just went private. We have AMAT is the 17th after the market. So I want you guys to focus on NVIDIA on the 16th, Walmart before the market tomorrow, Target before the market the day after. So those are the big ones that I really want to look at this week. We also have PPI tomorrow, which is another inflation number. James is asking why casinos have been on such a run, Lance. We both loved casinos. Win is one of my money flow elite stocks.
Well, hey, you got two things. You got China. See, well, you had Win
Chinese
with the investor stake, and you got China reopening. It's like the perfect storm for the casinos. It's jackpot.
I'm more bullish. So that's one of my favorites. So I'm bullish on the crack stocks that have still a lot more upside. I'm bullish on reopen, but from the reopen perspective, I prefer to play reopen in casinos than I do in airlines or cruises or retail for that matter, for the most part. Directional bet. I love casinos on the upside. I still love oil on the upside. Oil took a hit last week, but then came roaring right back. You can't really sell those off. So those are the sectors that I'm still, and then I still do, I do think that these draft kings of the world still have so much upside. I really do. Because I mean, the stock has been unduly beat, had decent earnings, super shorted. And so I still think we can get major moves. Wow, look at AMC, $8.20, up a full dollar, 14%. So you see, yeah, that stock could totally trade at $10 a share.
Let me see what the weeklies are.
You want to look at that? You want to share it?
They have earnings this week or no?
They had them last week.
Real? Oh yeah, they did. They did. Damn, look at
they sold off, and then they came back like a monsters with the market.
Yeah, with the market bid. The implied move this week is about $1.50. Wow.
$10.
The $10 calls are 33 cents.
That's what I'm saying.
Cents. That's a lot.
That's expensive. You could have probably bought this for like 1 cent, 2 cents last week.
But here's the thing. Here's what's crazy though. The stock's up 15% today, right?
Yeah.
The weekly calls, so the November monthly expiration calls, they're only up about 100, 130, 150%. Don't you think they'd be up more? Because they had earnings, so implied vol was
Friday.
Cheap.
I think that the calls on Friday exploded because the stock was up 20% on Friday. It was or 15, 17%, something like that on Friday, and it was up 30% the day before. So people were just piling in. Plus, this was a Super Bowl event. They had earnings, but this Wakanda thing was a Super Bowl event. So stocks running today extra because that was a home run. That movie did really well. Made $180 million box office.
What
hoping to
make
$150 million. The Black Panther, dude. The Wakanda Forever, the Black Panther, the Marvel movie.
Oh, movie. With The Rock.
It made $180 million. They were looking for $150. The street was looking for $150 million. They made $180 million. So Wakanda Forever this is a Wakanda Forever rally. So those that know the stock were trading into that because it was the biggest movie event starting the winter movie. So movie business has holiday season, has summer season. They haven't had a big win since the summer box office. And it's like Thor in those movies. Now they're starting the winter cycle. And so, hey, I'm bullish. I'm bullish. This is a stock I'm bullish on.
I didn't know that the movie was
not going to want any of my systems because it's not playing into the systems yet. But whatever.
I feel this is how out of touch I am with the world. I didn't even know
That's why
Black Panther was
that's
out.
why we work together. That's why we cover each other, bro. That's why there's two of us. I can go to concerts.
Busy,
I can see the saxophone solo. He played one note. He's a one note wonder like his old man. It don't matter. You don't need to play a bunch of notes. You just have to play one note really well. The market's like that too. The market doesn't care if you trade 500 stocks. If you can trade one stock magnificently, do that.
Keep it up. Keep it up here. So the Nasdaq now down 0.5%, selling off there a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing though. We rallied so much Friday that we're really just giving back the last couple hours of the day. You know, and then last week, obviously, the whole week we rallied. I will say BTU is bid out the wazoo. Peabody. Good old coal. Good old coal. Ain't nothing happening in coal.
It's funny. We haven't really dropped off too much on the people that are here since the market opened. That's cool.
I know. I mean, a bowl of oatmeal. Penn, what do you think of
to
Penn?
Give you guys a bonus round. Why not?
Jeff, we always talk about DraftKings. What do you think of Penn?
I like Penn too. I just think that DraftKings got hurt more, so it has more upside.
Yeah, I guess Penn doesn't trade as much volume or obviously options, but you know, I'm down about 40 grand in DraftKings Penn. I don't like
but you
it.
Have really long, you have really long duration on those, right?
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, it sucks to be down 40 grand, dude. Trust me. I've been there.
I don't like opening up my retirement account and seeing you know, a big down thing. Yeah, AMC dropping now. Some calls being sold in it coming in here. Probably all the apes can't hold their hands because they got to sell their crypto and sell their AMCs.
I'll tell you what. I mean, that's called a pullback. Dropping is when a stock's down 20%. The stock was up 25%. Now it's down. Now it's up 10. Pulling back. It's called fading. Do I think Carvana is going to last? I don't know. Don't care. That's not something I plan.
You can't really trade either unless you do the stock because the options are so expensive for it. 230%.
So here's my longer question to you, Lance. Do you think that this is a bull market rally? I know you don't really care because you're so short term, but do you think there's a bear market rally, or do you think this is the start of a longer bull market? By long, I don't mean a week or two or a month. I mean like the next 6 months. Hard to say, right?
I think year-end rally a little bit in December, kind of creeping up where no one expects it, kind of like last week where the market crept up and no one expected it. I actually think the first quarter of 2023 is going to be very bullish.
Really?
You know why? Because I think the biggest dependency. Ooh, IBM seeing some puts here. IBM 140. Does IBM report this week? No, that's weird.
They reported first. They were one of the first.
You can't. Options are wider than a truck still, but I think the biggest dependency was the Bitcoin, especially for the NASDAQ. And now that Bitcoin, I think the correlation is going to break from NASDAQ or growth to Bitcoin. So they were moving, pretty much one-on-one correlation. I think the market's no longer going to care about crypto because I just think it's going to be a dead asset class for a while, just because you're not going to have much volume and you're not going to have as much participation. So I think the market's going to break away from crypto. Therefore, the market can, wow, Penn seeing huge weekly calls here. Holy crap. Penn seeing 3,000 weekly 39 calls. They started buying them at 35. Now they're 40. 42 bid. No, they started buying them at 25. Now they're 42 bid. What is going on in Penn here? They're buying the cheap out the monies. This might be a trade recommendation from a newsletter. It just looks a little suspicious. It's true. You have like these, these big pubs recommend a weekly option trade, and next thing you know, you got 3,000 volume on them.
I'm very nervous. That's why I don't do weeklies. I get nervous with that.
Yeah, and you see, look, 50 bid. They just doubled their money. Because they started buying them at 25. Now people are buying them at 355. But I do think we're going to break away from the crypto correlation, and that's going to be very bullish for the market because we've been so dependent on it. And I always say, like, I always used to say, don't influence my market to the crypto people. And obviously they did for a while. So I think, maybe a little giddy bullish or silly bullish. And look, now the dump's happening. I can call this stuff out from a mile away. So I'm actually pretty bullish. And also too, Jeff, we go on all the shows and everyone now is bearish, right? All the bulls out there, they're all bearish now. So I'm like, oh, we got to go up,
So I'm bullish short term. I'm bullish the rest of the month. I think December is going to be very bearish. I think December is going to be bearish.
You think they're going to creep around Christmas time and sell it off?
I think people are going to book losses this year. There's going to be a massive move for people to tax loss harvest this year. And so I think that's going to be a pressure. That's going to stay as a pressure. And I think that there's going to be still like a little bit of a negative lingering, like storylines, like companies firing people, downsizing, profit warnings to the downside still. So the real economy still is just starting to get smacked a little bit. Someone's asking me if early cash outs a money flow elite. No, because I think the rest of the month is going to be bullish. So, and we're mostly bullish. So I think those things continue to go. Like we have like a quadruple bagger in DuPont, boring stock. But that's what happens when you can find those things cheap. That's one options pricing really matters.
Jim said like December in 2017. That's what I was thinking. Remember how they crashed it around Christmas time that year? Was it really that long ago? 2017?
Crypto had a major crash in 2017 too.
Yeah.
I think crypto is going to have a real big washout just starting. And they said like they're having a crypto winter. I think it's going to be like.
I think that's going to last. Yeah. I think it's going to last.
It's going to last for a while. But I mean, I think it's like going to bomb people out. And I will be there to buy because I'm long-term, very long-term. I'll be there to buy and I'll sit on that money for a while, not in a major way, but I'll put like 5 to 10 grand, 20 grand, something to that effect. We'll see.
Yeah. If Bitcoin goes to like 5-7 grand, I'll probably buy some just for,
you wouldn't buy Ethereum at $500. It was $5,000. You don't think Ethereum could go back to $5,000 at some point? I mean, that's the one they're using for like a lot of the NFTs, a lot of the scams, but I think it could have a long-term technological utility that I'm not quite seeing quite yet. So I like having those little outliers out there in the game. Gotta have.
Yeah, some. I always like the risky stuff. By the way, not to toot my own horn, but how good is it that I could call pump and dump on a newsletter trade?
Been playing this game a long time.
That's what happens when you see this stuff. These were just 55 cents. Now they're 39 bid.
They smash people out there.
When you see this kind of stuff,
you got to know these things, right?
Yeah. When you see this stuff every day and you could just tell from the way the orders come in, how the stock reacts, the out the money weekly stuff. I mean, you kind of get jaded because, you kind of feel like you're so negative and just bitter. But at the same time, it's like you have to kind of be that way, a little cold. If not, you're going to lose so much money if you're not.
Oh, cynical is like the name of the game. That's why, like, when you're looking at like a Sam Blankman-Fried, people are like, are you surprised? I'm like, no, like they let this guy do whatever he wanted with zero regulation. What do you think he's going to do?
What do you think? People are going to donate to charity and to political parties just for the goodness of their heart?
That's the thing. That's the point. That's the point. So I'm looking at the NASDAQ right now on a technical level. I'm looking at this thing that was down 35%. It's rallied, 8% in a straight line? Hold on a second.
Go ahead and pull it up if you want.
Yeah, why not?
I'm very happy.
Wow, we're going super long this morning. I hope you all like it out there. Why not?
Hey, Mary. We love Mary.
We like talking to each other as it is about the markets, Lance and I, because we're actually like doing, because we're active. Not everyone's active. I'll leave it at that. And by active, I mean like active. So if you look at the NASDAQ here, we bottomed out in October, retested it almost like a double bottom, a little bit of a higher double bottom, but around the 10,000 level, give or take. I know people like to be super particular with the numbers, but I'm just looking at a 10,000 even as the support level. So if I'd have told you right now that I'll give you a 50-50 bet, so 50% likelihood you can bet $1 to make $1, 50-50 bet, even money on 1100 for the NASDAQ over under. So I'm giving you 185 points. I'm giving you almost 2%. I'm spotting you 2%. We're going to close above 1100 or below it to end 2022. Above.
Let's see what the chat says. Yeah.
Let's see what the chat says. But do you see how I'm thinking? I'm making a market on this as like a casino operator, as like an odds guy. And I do a lot of odds. That's why I do the sports bets too. This is a 50-50 bet above 1100. Not even this point here. I'm giving you 1.5% cushion. It's still a 50-50 bet to me. Everyone's above. Well, not everyone.
Not everyone. No, we had a below. I think if you have one more shakeout in the market, so let's say this week we shake out and see some downside, I think that will actually be very bullish heading into the next few weeks. So think of it this way. Everyone who bought the past 3 days or so,
yeah,
right? Let's say they got giddy after CPI, market was up, so they all bought. Where's the max pain? To the downside.
But look at this. So from that perspective, people look at 1100 and they're like, easy, there's so much upside. Look how bearish this chart still is.
Oh,
and look how much downside there still is if we're looking at it in terms of look at this
COVID area. Yeah,
this is COVID. Yeah, so we're bearish. We're in a pronouncedly bearish pattern here, trend in the NASDAQ, right? If we trade above 1200, that shifts the game. I become more bullish over here. But if we're lingering around here, it's still a 50-50 ball underneath 1100 to me, at least. I'm getting advanced odds by giving you 50-50, in my opinion, because you still have, from a risk reward perspective, you think we're going to go back to all-time highs anytime soon? Probably not. All-time highs seems a little bit unreasonable. We'd have to get into like an incredibly insane monetary policy again, which would mean the economy is in a much worse place than we already thought. Much worse. So all-time highs, I'm going to take out of the possibility. I don't think that's a possibility. 5% maybe, almost like 5% of possibility to the highs, which would be 1600. So 5,000 more points to get to 1600, right? But what about here? What about this level down here? The low, 6,000. Another 5,000 points, right? Below. What's more like, let me reframe it. Within the next 12 to 18 months, is it 50-50 all-time highs or all-time or the low since COVID?
I already know what everyone's going to say in the chat. Yep.
That's just perspective. That's a little bit of perspective. But we don't really care long term. But I mean, I'm talking to people who are listening to some stuff we have. So my advice to everyone is always have nuance, always have context, always think about what the trade was designed to do, when it was designed to work, how long you're designed to have your money locked up in the thing. That's how professionals think. That's why bonds are always priced in duration. That's why, like, okay, this is a 2-month treasury, this is a 6-month treasury, this is a 30-year coupon. Duration matters. So always understand that. Never take somebody's favorite stock pick, a guru stock pick, without context, ever. Then you're just watching cartoons like Jim Cramer. But that's what I got for people today, Lance. I think it's time to go. I think we're good. We went above and beyond.
We did. I apologize. I'm looking at my other screens because the action going on is just absolutely. I'm so happy I'm not in the market right now, or putting on trades this morning. So it was very good.
We still have 300. We still have the most of the people that were on this thing the whole time stick around the whole time. That's a good sign.
That's good. And hopefully we kept you guys out of trouble, because if I was probably trading on my own, you know what I would be doing? Doing this. And I mean, I will say this, the odds are probably going to point I'd be down some cash, judging by the way this open is and PIN and AMC and the way these names trade in the first 20 minutes of the day. So I probably saved myself a lot of headache and stress by being here. So hopefully we kept you guys out of trouble. You guys and girls, you learned stuff. We'll catch you back next Monday. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe there. Hopefully we'll have a
doing
different
it next
layout.
Monday? Yeah, I'm gonna be on the road. I'm traveling for Thanksgiving week, but I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm just gonna depend on you to have the sharing the screen probably.
And soon, guys, we'll be on a different layout, getting this a lot more cool looking and stuff. Make sure you do follow us on YouTube though. Click on the things, all that stuff. Like I gave it a thumbs up. But yeah,
wow, look at all this love we're getting. Look at all this love we're getting. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys and girls.
Have a great week.
I forgot I left you on, John says. Well, we'll play in the background.